getting off the phone with my good friend Keith from back in Georgia. And we had a talk about my pessimistic nature and ways to solve it, fix it. And he brought up a very valid point. Despite the fact that the catalyst for me to be negative Ned consistently in day-to-day shit may have been, it may have started from my dad, but it's on me to change it, right? And I told him at the end of the conversation, I was like, thanks for calling me out, Keith. And he's like, no, man, I didn't mean it like that. And it's all good. As I told him, like, I'm not someone who's too proud to admit when I'm like in the wrong or, looking at something the wrong way. And so, valid points he brought up. I got to start exercising my ability to counter negative thoughts with positive thoughts and stop being, negative about everything. Because not everything is negative. If you look at everything negative, then yeah, it's negative. Or if I'm having negative thoughts, train myself to think positive thoughts in place of those negative thoughts. Easier said than done, though. It's kind of like exercise, I'm not going to go to the gym for the first time and God knows how long and do 3 sets of bench and then be like some fucking swole, picture perfect Abercrombie model, right? So, same as I'm working at the gym to get to where I want to be, I got to do the same thing with my mind. I'm not going to counter one negative thought and then boom, be cured of what ails me. I got to take it step by step, day by day, and just try to start being more positive. And I was talking to my uncle about a similar concept in that before, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, when I was working that shitty job and not content with my living scenario, all I could think about was, man, if I could just have my own place and have a good job and have a reliable car, I'll be good. I'll be fine. But here I am. I've got all those things. And I'm not good. I'm still, So it's training my mind to be happy in the moment, regardless of what is in front of me, And I think we all can work on that in some form, but I think for me, there's a lot of work that needs to be done. So I got to start every day when a negative thought comes across my mind, I got to just be like, no, that's not that bad actually, Phil. You know what? This is good. Why don't you focus on that? I got to stop feeding the wolf. So that's my main thought process today. On a separate note, obviously, I've decided to not upload videos every day. I think that's just too much. I'm going to do it every other day. At least I'm going to try and stick to that, doing it every other day. So that's like, on average 4 a week. That's kind of the sweet spot, I think. And I did fuck up and have some beers last night. I found that it kind of loosens the gears for conversations. And my uncle and I thoroughly enjoy talking on the phone when we're both like having some drinks. Not like he's encouraging me or whatever. It's obviously my own choice, but I was on the way home and I was like, man, it's already been a long week and I know I'm not drinking this weekend. I've got to be at the top of my game. So you know what? Let's have some drinks and have some conversations with my uncle. And so that's what I did. And it was some good conversation. Ain't that right, Unc? Unc is short for uncle. So yeah, that's the new mindset, is to focus on looking at the positive and staying active as much as possible and not stuffing my face before I go to sleep. There's a lot of shit. Definitely made strides, as I've said repetitively on this channel, since the 7-month ago version of myself, despite the little setbacks here and there with the drinking. So my buddy Jeremy told me that he didn't want to get my hopes up and say that it's possible for me to drink occasionally and not be and not fall back into the same zone of drinking all the time, which I get where he's coming from, because once you go into that world, it's tough to get out. But I feel like for me, the main reason that I get stuck in it is because I don't have a hold on my emotional well-being. Not to say like I'm a sad sap that cries himself to sleep, because I'm definitely not that. I Netflix myself to sleep. Or Hulu. But yeah, so Keith called me out, and I appreciate it. It's on me from here forward. It always was. But I can't keep feeding the wolf and blaming my dad for everything. His methods were a catalyst. His manipulation, his everything was definitely a catalyst. But I'm 38 years old now, so I can't just fucking dad, you know, I gotta fucking fix my shit. So that's where we be. Time to fix my shit, as I've said repetitively. But definitely improving, slowly but surely. So I think my uncle's coming down next weekend to visit my sister, brother-in-law, kids, and myself. And we're gonna do some fishing. It's gonna be fun. And I'm probably not gonna drink until then. I'm definitely not drinking over the weekend. I've got a home show to work. I wanna be on top of my game. And I wanna do my best to not drink on nights before work. I think that that's a good rule of thumb, to not drink on nights before work. So maybe like Friday nights, occasional Saturday nights if I'm hanging out with my sister. But that's it. So that's what I'm gonna hold myself to. And instead of being so focused on detoxing, I mean, I need that. I need a little bit of detoxing. I need to do that shit. But more so focused on stopping every negative thought in the moment. Looking at it, and then immediately finding a positive to zone in on. Like right now, beautiful Safety Harbor, just hanging out, talking to you guys, and recording some video. So that concludes the end of our broadcast day for today. I'm gonna go home, make myself some food, and zone out. Mess with these videos instead of drinking, which is always good. Also feels good to go out and walk around. Got some good exercise in, walking around out here, sweating a little bit. Always good for the body, mind, and soul. I know I've talked about it, but the other thing I got to work on is meditation. So I'm gonna start pushing for that a little bit more, obviously. But in any event, that's it for today, guys. I appreciate you all as always. One love. Real deal out.